Felicity is accusing Chynna of some horrible things. I mean, absolutely horrible. First, I seen apparently Tiffany had went live, and Tiffany has now accused Chynna Doll of giving rat poisoning to Dakota. Yeah, Dakota apparently went to the hospital, and I guess he was sick, and she's going on and on about rat poisoning, and she's talking to Felicity. Was it rat poisoning? It was rat poisoning, wasn't it, Felicity? Felicity's agreeing with all this. And then Dakota you could hear him in the background surface from somewhere, as she asks Dakota, was it the rat poisoning? And he says he was dehydrated, and something about food poisoning. I'm telling you, this Tiffany girl, she is whacked in my opinion. That girl is, oof, she's got some issues, let me tell you. So anyways, over on FB, Crazy K, he says this is part 2 of the interview with Dakota and Felicity. And it's in like a million parts. And you could see where part 1 was supposed to be, but it's not there. It didn't like show up. He claims he's going to re-upload this. So, you know, a lot of this stuff's out of order as you're watching it, because I don't know how he uploaded this video to FB. He didn't upload it here to TikTok, but it's just a mess. So, this is a little out of order, but I'm going to do the best I can for you here. Now, he says, you know, it's him. He's got the camera. We've got Dakota and Felicity, and we have Tiffany, and we have Nisha. Nisha's sitting over there like she really doesn't care. Nothing about this. Tiffany's sitting there with this smug look on her face, like, you know, just like she's got something over on everybody. We got Felicity sitting there with broken glasses. The whole, you know, this piece that goes over here, that's gone. So she's got one arm on her glasses. I don't know what happened to her glasses. We got Dakota sitting there with no shirt on, and he's just constantly looking at Felicity. Every time someone says something to him, he looks at Felicity. I'm starting to wonder if he really has a hearing problem. Because whenever you address Dakota, he looks immediately to Felicity. So I don't know. So anyways, Crazy K says that they're all going to work together and get them all of their identification, their social security cards, birth certificates, IDs. And of course, he calls it power of attorney, but what he really is meaning is a payee. If they need a payee for their checks, you know, to help them manage their money, they're going to help them with it. Of course you would. Of course you would. And that will be the silliest thing. If Dakota and Felicity approve any of these 3 to be a payee for them, that'll be the stupidest thing they've ever done. Because I guarantee then, they won't see a dime of their money. I guarantee it. They claim they're going to get Felicity medical care because she needs to be on medication. We've all known this. And Crazy K says if he finds out Dakota is using substances, he's immediately going to rehab. And then Tiffany says, yes, and I will make sure of it. I don't know. And they're going to also get them into the Charleston housing. This is what Crazy K is saying. The 3 of them are all going to work on and get all of this done for them. But it just blew me away when they said, well, you know, we'll get power of attorney over that check for them. I bet you will. And he asks Dakota who his first was. And Dakota, you know, looking around like he has no clue what he says. And so Crazy K has to break it down, what he means by his first. And Dakota admits that Felicity was his first. And, you know, Tiffany, oh, that's so sweet. She thinks these 2 just have the best love story ever. She even had a video on her page where they're eating spaghetti, doing like a Lady and the Tramp thing with a spaghetti noodle between the 2 of them. And, you know, she wants a love like this. Girl, let love not find me if it's going to be like Dakota and Felicity. Let me tell you that. But, let's see here. According to Felicity, she is scared for her life, though. She is terrified of Chynna because Chynna was abusing her. Her and Dakota both agree that Chynna was keeping them in the house. Felicity says barricaded in the house. I highly doubt this. And she claims just several days ago that Chynna Doll beat her up and gave her a black eye. Now, this cannot be believed because we see content of with Dakota and Felicity every day, every other day. every 2 days at most. And never once have we seen a black eye on Felicity. I mean, is this, a situation like, she had stomach surgery, remember, just recently? She had stomach surgery, but the stitches was on the inside of her stomach. Nothing on the outside of her stomach. Stitches on the inside of her stomach. Because she had stomach surgery when she went to the hospital. And it's a good thing she got there when she did, because she wouldn't have made it. That's what they told her. And, now she's saying Tiffany is her new best friend. Felicity can know someone in 5 minutes, and that's her new best friend. Felicity has got a lot of issues. So, she's terrified for her life for Chynna. She hopes she gets justice from Chynna, and she hopes Chynna gets locked up for the rest of her life. That shows you the mindset and the intellect and the immaturity of Felicity. She thinks that this little DVP is going to lock up Chynna for life. Chynna did not commit a murder. I see Felicity has no concept of anything. She believes that there's a chance that Chynna can be locked up for life. Now, here's the heinous thing. She is accusing. She says Chynna Doll would yell at her if she would spill stuff and when she did things wrong or bad, when she did bad things. When she did bad things. That's what Felicity said. When I did bad things or spilled, Chynna Doll would yell at me. Of course, did you see the beautiful room they were in Chynna Doll's grandmother's house? It was beautiful. Of course, she would yell at Felicity spilling shit all over. And another example of Felicity's immaturity, when she does bad things. Well, somebody needs to correct her because she has the mindset, if I had to guess, I would say, of a 10-year-old, if not less. But she also claims, after this black eye, Chynna was also hitting her with a ruler with nails attached to it. Now, where did this come from? And Crazy K asked about the marks, and she's trying to show marks, and they're non-existent. She's got a little scratch, and this was done by nails on a ruler from Chynna Doll. They bad-mouthing Corkle again, saying Corkle only helped them for clout and to see what he could get out of it. And Corkle didn't want them together. Of course not, because he's seen the trouble that Felicity is. Dakota does not stand a chance the longer he stays with Felicity. And that's another thing. Dakota wants to marry Felicity. And he does want his tattoo, so Nisha is going to give him his tattoo when she orders some ink. And Crazy K is got to reiterate that no one is being coerced into saying anything in this video. And when Crazy K is asking Dakota about this supposed violence towards Felicity perpetrated by Chynna Doll, Dakota's just, he doesn't know. Because it's all made up. That's why he doesn't know what to say. Because there's no truth to it. The only thing Dakota could say is, well, she tried to keep us in the house. He's not backing up his woman about this ridiculous story about a black eye and beating her with a ruler with nails on it. Ridiculous. If I was Chynna Doll, ooh-wee, I would be downloading, screen recording, whatever, all of this. And I would be looking into some sort of civil suit against Felicity, saying these awful things about her. And Chynna Doll has a child. And Felicity, and I wonder, is it going to come out next? That's what's going to happen next, I bet you. She's going to come out and say, well, one of these three, Nisha, Tiffany, or Crazy K, told her to say that. Because every time she comes up with some wild accusation about something, someone told her to say it, and she said it. So, I think that was the whole gist of the thing. But it just blew me away that she's claiming black eyes and rulers with nails on it, and they were barricaded in the house. Come on. And she's afraid that Chynna is going to murder her. That's what it is. She's afraid for her life now. That's why she hopes Chynna gets locked up for life. They go to court next month. So what do you think is going to come out of this? Do you think somebody is telling Felicity to make these lies? I mean, it was a clear giveaway when Dakota could not back her up. And, he knows nothing of it. So let me know your thoughts on all this craziness that is Felicity.